Did you know that in the 1940s, Oakland, California was the fifth largest city in California? Yes, you heard right. It wasn't always the underdog of the Golden State. Back in the day, it was a bustling hub of industry and commerce, rivaling even the likes of San Francisco and Los Angeles. Oakland's strategic location on the eastern shore of San Francisco Bay played a crucial role in its growth. The city was a major shipbuilding center during World War II, and its port was a lifeline for the Pacific Theater. The city's population swelled, and its economy boomed. It was a place of opportunity, a beacon for those seeking prosperity on the West Coast. But as they say, all that glitters is not gold. The prosperous city of the past is a far cry from the Oakland we see today. However, the glittering image of the past is a stark contrast to the Oakland we see today. Let's unravel the story of its decline. Oakland's heyday was during the mid-20th century, a time of great prosperity and growth. Indeed, it was a time when the city's pulse was beating with the rhythm of industry and innovation. The wheels of progress were turning, fueled by the surge of industrialization sweeping across the nation. Oakland was no exception. In fact, it was at the forefront, boasting a burgeoning shipbuilding industry that put it on the map. Shipyards sprouted along the city's waterfront, their skeletal frames etching a silhouette of progress against the California sky. These were not just factories of steel and iron, but of dreams and aspirations. Every rivet driven, every hull that slid into the water represented a step forward, a testament to the city's industrial might. But the rise of Oakland was not just about industry, it was also about people. World War II had set the stage, and Oakland was ready to perform. As the war machine roared to life, so too did the city's population. Thousands flocked to Oakland, drawn by the promise of work in the shipyards and factories. They came with hope in their hearts, and in their hands they held the threads that would weave the vibrant social fabric of the city. This influx of residents led to a cultural boom. Oakland became a melting pot, a place where different cultures, backgrounds, and experiences blended and coalesced. Jazz and blues spilled from the clubs, the notes floating on the night air, a siren song of the city's vibrancy. The city's streets were alive with the sounds of laughter, music, and the hum of conversation. It was a time of unity, a time of community, a time when Oakland truly shone. But this was not to last. As the saying goes, all that glitters is not gold. And so with the passage of time, the shine of Oakland began to tarnish. The city that had once been a beacon of prosperity and cultural richness was about to face a series of challenges. But as we all know, what goes up must come down, and so began the downward spiral of Oakland. By the 1960s, the bright lights of Oakland began to dim. The city that once boasted a thriving economy and a vibrant population was beginning to show signs of strain. Oakland's decline didn't happen overnight. It was a slow and gradual process, triggered by a number of factors. One of the biggest culprits was deindustrialization. Industries that once provided a livelihood for thousands of Oakland residents started to shut down or move away. The factories that had once hummed with activity, churning out products for the nation, fell silent. The once bustling docks, where ships from all over the world unloaded their cargo, grew quieter. This deindustrialization ushered in an era of job loss that hit the city hard. The loss of jobs had a devastating impact on Oakland's economy. Without steady employment, many residents struggled to make ends meet. The city's tax revenue dropped, leading to cuts in public services. The streets became less safe, the schools less effective. The city, once a beacon of opportunity, was now a place of struggle. But deindustrialization and job loss were not the only factors contributing to Oakland's decline. The 1960s also saw the beginning of a trend that would reshape the American landscape: suburbanization. As more and more people moved out of the city and into the suburbs, Oakland's population began to dwindle. The bustling neighborhoods, once filled with families and laughter, slowly emptied out. The vibrant city life was replaced by the quiet monotony of suburban living. Yet, even as the city began to empty out, the spirit of Oakland remained. The people who stayed, who continued to call Oakland home, refused to give up on their city. They fought for their community, for their city, even as the odds stacked against them. Oakland was beginning to lose its luster, and the worst was yet to come. Yet, even in the face of adversity, the city clung to hope. It was a hope that would be tested in the years to come, as Oakland faced even greater challenges. But that's a story for another time. For now, we leave Oakland at the beginning of its downhill journey, a city on the brink of a transformation. The 1980s and 1990s are considered the darkest periods in Oakland's history. Now, let's delve into why this era was particularly tumultuous for the city. During these 2 decades, Oakland was grappling with an alarming number of challenges. One of the most significant issues was the high crime rate. The city was in the throes of a devastating crime wave, with violent crimes becoming a common occurrence. Gang violence was rampant, and the city was fast becoming notorious for its high homicide rate. Adding fuel to the fire was the city's escalating drug problem. Crack cocaine had made its way into Oakland, bringing with it a host of new problems. Drug addiction was rampant, tearing families apart and driving up the crime rate even further. The school system, too, was in a dire state. Despite the best efforts of dedicated teachers and administrators, the schools were struggling. Test scores were dropping, dropout rates were rising, and many students were leaving the system without the skills they needed to succeed in the world. In the midst of this darkness, the city was hit by a devastating blow, the Loma Prieta earthquake of 1989. With a magnitude of 6.9, it caused significant damage to the city's infrastructure, further exacerbating Oakland's problems. The earthquake resulted in the loss of many lives, and the damage to the city's buildings and infrastructure was extensive. The recovery process was slow and painful, adding to the city's list of woes. But it wasn't all doom and gloom. Amid the chaos and despair, there were glimmers of resilience and hope. Communities banded together, working towards a better future. Individuals and groups stepped up, striving to make a difference in the face of overwhelming adversity. Oakland was in a state of despair, struggling to regain its footing and restore its former glory. But even in its darkest hour, the spirit of Oakland was never completely extinguished. It was a city bent, but not broken, ready to rise again from the ashes. While the new millennium brought some improvements, the scars of the past are still evident in Oakland today. Oakland, once a beacon of prosperity and growth, now grapples with the remnants of a turbulent past. The city's decline has left a poignant impact on its residents, shaping their lives in ways that are hard to ignore. The echoes of the past are still heard in the hushed whispers of the streets, in the somber faces of its denizens, and in the glaring socio-economic issues that continue to plague the city. One such issue is the high poverty rate. In a city once known for its thriving industries and booming opportunities, it's disheartening to see that nearly 1 in 5 residents now live below the poverty line. The promise of prosperity has faded, replaced by the harsh reality of economic hardship. Alongside this, Oakland's housing crisis paints a bleak picture. The city's once robust housing market has seen better days. Today, soaring rents and a severe lack of affordable housing have pushed many Oakland residents to the brink. Families who have called Oakland home for generations are now struggling to keep a roof over their heads. The city's skyline, once a testament to its economic prowess, now stands as a stark reminder of the growing wealth gap. And then, there's the ongoing crime issue. Oakland's crime rate remains one of the highest in the nation. The city's streets, once bustling with life and activity, are now often associated with fear and uncertainty. The city's residents, who once walked these streets with pride, now tread carefully, their hearts heavy with the burden of the city's troubled past and uncertain future. Today, Oakland stands as a city that has seen its share of ups and downs, a city that once shone brightly but now struggles under the weight of its past. Yet amidst the struggles and challenges, hope persists, for it's in the hearts of its residents, in their resilience and determination to build a better future, that the true spirit of Oakland lies. So, how did Oakland, once a beacon of prosperity, end up in such a state of decline? Let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've just traversed. In the early days, Oakland shone brightly with promise and growth. Its rise was fueled by a bustling port, thriving industries, and a vibrant cultural scene. But as we've seen, the city's golden age didn't last forever. The downhill journey began with economic downturns, political mismanagement, and social unrest. The dark age of Oakland was marked by high crime rates, dwindling job opportunities, and a significant population decrease. The aftermath left the city in a state of disrepair, with its impact still being felt today. Yet, despite the trials and tribulations, Oakland continues to show signs of resilience. Residents and city officials alike are determined to rebuild and restore the city's former glory. The story of Oakland serves as a stark reminder that even the greatest of cities can fall, but it also stands as a testament to resilience and the ongoing struggle to rise again.